morning, beauties. It's really cold outside. Woo. This is the forecast of today. Currently 39 degrees outside. It's gonna get gorgeous this afternoon. The fog is really thick this morning. It's like everywhere. I want to take a little bit and talk about the heating situation of our home. If you remember from some of the earlier vlogs, we talked about the size of our home. It's actually 900 square feet. And when we got to this property, as anybody knows, when you buy a foreclosure, they usually come with 101 problems. The heating situation for this home was one of those problems. It has a central heat and air system, but when we were doing, going through the home, we found, with the help of the electrician, that the main power source for our central heat and air, somebody had cut the wires going to it. Why? I have no idea. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, but to get that repaired, just to get power to our central heat and air, it was going to cost about $1,000 for a professional electrician just to run the wire. Insane, I know. Why it was even done, I have no idea. I wish I could answer that. I don't know what people were thinking. But some of the other problems that we found with this home when we first got here was that the ventilation system running underneath the house, a lot of the duct work was kind of ripped and it's falling apart. Bottom line, Corey and I basically looked for alternative means of heating, and there used to be a chimney on this house that we did have to take down in order to repair the entire side of the wall. It was one of the smartest moves that we made because we were able to basically fix everything on that wall, but it took out the chimney. And the chimney stack, I mean, we could have repaired that and put it back in place and put a nice wood burning stove in there. This home is really not designed for anything like that. The placement of it is really off. So alternative means of heating is basically what we had to figure out. We ended up going with the Dyna Glo kerosene heaters. They are working fabulous. Anybody who talks trash about kerosene heaters, I'm under the impression that they really don't understand how they work and the best operating methods for them. A lot of the most common complaints come from basically the smell of kerosene. The only two times that we ever smell kerosene using the heater is when you turn it on and when you shut it off. And that's actually a pretty controllable element because all we have to do is take it out on the porch deck, and when we're ready to shut it down, we'll do it out there. Or if we're ready to turn it on, we'll carry it out there and just do it outside, let it run for maybe 2-3 minutes, and the smell is completely gone, and then we carry it in. And I mean, this house heats up within a matter of minutes. Like, this is only 900 square feet that we're dealing with. And if you've been watching from the beginning, you'll remember that this house was pretty closed. The interior was not like an open interior. It was walls and walls and doors, and just, it was kind of crazy, dark, gloomy. But if you remember, we opened up all of these archways. So there used to be just a standard door here. Corey opened this up and made it an archway. The same thing with the dining room, opened it up and made an archway. And then same thing on the other side of the dining room, opened it up and made a huge archway. So that has really contributed to the airflow in this house. Also, second thing we did to help with heat efficiency is that we had ceiling fans installed in every single room in this house. So anytime I have the kerosene heater on, I make sure that the ceiling fans are running on low at the minimum, and it's circulating all of that warm air, and that's what's pushing it throughout the rest of the house and into the bedrooms. There's actually no heater in any of the bedrooms. The bathroom, the bedrooms, there's no heater, but I don't need it because basically the design of the airflow makes it travel throughout the whole house. Anybody looking to downsize their house, I swear it's like one of the best moves that you can make. The less square footage you have to heat, the cheaper your utilities are going to be. It's like a no-brainer, right? I could not imagine heating an 1,800 or 2,400 square foot house. Like, I just think that's insane, and people don't realize, like, we are really spoiled sometimes, you know, being able to have such big houses, you know, but 900 square feet has really been working out well for us, and I'm so happy that it only takes one heater to heat my entire house. And I just showed you, it's 39 degrees outside. So I'm anticipating in the winter months, I might have to run 2 at a time, depending on how cold it gets. This is our first winter. It's really trial and error for us, but I think it's gonna work out pretty good. I remember when we lived in Arizona, we had a 1,200 square foot house, and the utilities were outrageous. In the summer, our electric bill was upwards of $400 a month. In the wintertime, it'd be somewhere between $150 and $200 to run the heat. And it's pretty crazy to think that we were spending that much just on the heating situation, heating and cooling of the house. Where we live, we actually don't need the AC at all. We are tucked in a valley, and it just doesn't get hot enough here to really be concerned about AC. It would be honestly a waste of money if we were trying to run the AC in this 900 square foot house. Utility bills for this month have been great. Like, I am loving it. There are 6 people in our family, 900 square foot house, and I think I paid for the water bill. It was like $32 this month, and then my electric bill was $48. And the heating, we're still getting it narrowed down. I'll have to come back to that one. People have asked me, you know, aren't you worried about your kids getting burned by one of these heaters? Let me tell you something. You're only gonna get burned once, and you'll make sure you never get burned again. But no, our kids have actually been really good around these heaters, especially our boys. When we turned the heaters on for the first time after purchasing them, you know, we basically sat all the kids down and explained to them, like, why you shouldn't touch it, you know, why you shouldn't be running around it, why you can't goof around it. Blankets have to stay on your bed. You can't be dragging them around the house, you know, all those crazy, stupid little things that most people don't think about. We basically gave our kids a crash course and told them, you know, the do's and don'ts around these heaters. And even the youngest one, you know, Wyatt, our 3-year-old, you know, he gets it. You know, we had him stand next to the heater and feel the heat coming off it, and we explained to him, you know, don't touch this, you're gonna get burned. Don't put your blanket near it, you're gonna start a fire, you know, stuff like that. And they get it. I mean, we've been running this heater on and off now for about a month, and we have no incidents whatsoever. The cat likes to curl up next to him, but he hasn't gotten fried yet, so that's a good thing. The Dyna Glo heaters actually have this cool feature on them now. It's a tip over feature. So if you tip the unit even just slightly, the whole unit shuts down. So if you're carrying the unit in and out of the house for starting and shutting down purposes, you have to be really careful that you don't bump it. Otherwise, you're gonna shut it down. So it's a great feature that's on there. It's a safety feature that's, you know, if you're running it around kids or anything, somebody bumps into it, somebody trips over it because they're not paying attention to where they're going or whatever, it does have an automatic shut off. And like I said, you only have to tip it just a little bit and it shuts down. So pretty cool feature that's on it. Hey, thanks for watching our video. If you liked it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, smash that subscribe button. You never know what's coming next. Thanks, guys.